and welcome back to more Seduce part 3 of this play, okay? So, last episode, we officially meet the guys, as in, like, they officially introduced themselves as, like, demons. Obviously, we didn't believe any of that shit, so we asked for proof, and one of them ended up kissing us, and then drained us of our energy, and made us pass out, thanks a lot. And then we woke up, and it was nighttime, and then it turns out the guys were cleaning up their mess and shit, and they were cooking us dinner as an apology. That's so nice of them. Anyways, we sort of get a first impression of them, kind of like who they are and shit. And then, as we're going to dinner, we basically got them to talk about, like, what exactly happened. Like, how the hell did they end up here? And the only real answer they actually given to us was, like, they're getting chased by a group of people called misfits, and they happened to upon our house, and they're really badly injured, so they just kind of broke into it, and just to, like, you know, lay low for a bit. So Hannah was just like, okay, cool, so what are you guys gonna do now? Because she don't care about the details about why there are actually demons in the real human world. I would have actually did, like, LA Noir investigation shit up in here, but she's just too nice, so she's like, hey, what are you guys planning on doing next? And they're like, oh, I don't know, like, we can't exactly go out on our own because then we're gonna get ourselves killed. We're not strong enough to, like, beat these guys. So she's like, okay, then you know what, you guys can stay here, like, on two conditions: that you help out around the house, and then that you don't use your powers to, like, hurt me or any of my friends. As long as they're enemies, then you can do that. And so they're like, hey, cool. And then afterwards, we get a phone call from our mom, and our mom was like, oh, by the way, your dad wants you to open a housewarming party, like, by tomorrow night. And we're like, shit, okay, fine. And obviously they're not gonna help us, so we're like, great, now we gotta do this shit. And they're like, and then the guys are like, well, we can help you. And we're like, cool. So we go and we sleep for the night. And in the middle of the night, we dream that we're being held hostage by this guy named Malick, and so we get harassed in our dreams. And then the next morning we wake up, and then our two friends showed up on our house. We had to come up with a bullshit, or James had to come up with a bullshit excuse that says that they're my manservants now, and that they used to, like, work for my grandfather, now they work for me because he's dead now. And they're like, cool. So we tell them about the housewarming party the night that was happening tonight, and they're like, hey, we'll help out too. But then the guys are like, no, we got this. Like, you can go out, you can have fun with your friends, and we can handle this. So we made a choice between either going out with our friends or either staying to help out, and I made the choice of going out with my friends because I felt bad for them for driving all the way up in the middle of nowhere where my house is to hang out with me. So we hang out at the arcade, and then we came back, and we got dressed and all fancy for this party shindig thing. And then our dad and our mom came, and they had all their business partners and all these important people coming in, and we did some interviews. We met this guy named Andrew Lewis, and then it was the end of the party, and then we were just about to get ready to head upstairs and go to fuck to bed when this rude ass bitch shows up and interrupts us. And that was basically it. This is up to the point where he kind of shows his fucking rude ass bitch here in our house when we're about to go to sleep. So we'll continue it on from there. And then joining me today, though, it's my good friend Tina. Hello. She's gonna be coming along on this journey. She already knows what's happening thus far. Like, she hasn't actually played the game, but I've been keeping her up to date with my playthrough, so she doesn't know what the hell's gonna happen anyways either. And she probably won't remember any of the guys' name either. So.
No. I'll say it by, like, their hair color.
By hair color. Their color. At least they got colors, okay? So let's continue. So this guy shows up at our house. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm. Who the hell gonna remain calm in this situation?
James.
Okay,
Whatever.
James. Whatever, James.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Do you know? Correct?
You don't know me, James.
You don't know me, James.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Even he knows. This rude ass bitch shows up in my house. Don't even have Girl Scout cookies for me. This rude ass motherfucker. Okay, all of us shot our heads towards the door, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. And what is that?
What you?
Okay. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes and a pistol in his hand, I saw a monster.
Basically, she saw Satan. That's what she's trying to say here.
Is he actually? I thought his name was Malick.
Well, his skin is red.
Skin as red as milk.
I don't fucking know.
Who the hell is this girl?
Satan's sister.
I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Hey now,
I'm a thug. They don't scare me. Like, seriously, you wanna go, bitch? You wanna fight me?
I used to take from the hood.
I was from the hood before I came here, okay?
Oh, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
Fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, rude ass bitch.
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, she got a piece. Ah! We all gasped in shock, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but
He's fine.
he's fine.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
What?
What happened? If it's what? What should have been a headshot ended with a
I knew it. I was like, this
gunshot.
bitch is not dying yet. This bitch came in with a fucking empty ass gun. You're fucking dumb. You didn't load your gun before you came here.
Forgot to load your gun when you stormed the place. You're
So dumb.
So dumb. The pistol echoed its empty shots at the man as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation.
You're dumb. You didn't load it before you leave.
Wow.
It's your fault.
So prepared. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you learn?
I don't know, because you don't have bullets in it? Go home.
Go home. Do you not know how to
Fight
work
me when you actually have a loaded gun.
No, fight me when you actually know how to work one.
This place is protected.
No, he said.
What did you say, shrimp?
I got 5 bodyguards, sort of.
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Oh, when the hell did that happen? What?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, what he said. I'm confused too.
Ah!
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared into the air. It's a magical gun. Full of demon magic.
Previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malick.
What? My grandpa? Oh my god, I know what's going on now. My grandpa? The reason why our dad hates him is because he's been involved in some voodoo black magic. And he be summoning demons and making deals and shit. And that's why our dad is mad. This is all his fault.
Or your dad can just be a little bitch. I mean, there's that.
Well, either one of them is a little bitch, okay? I'm having suspicions now. I mean, who else makes deals with demons? White people. Malick, that was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malick did because, what the hell? This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
See, I told you, he's involved in a cult. I swear to God, I'm calling it first. Malick's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Why a stress ball?
Of all things, it's a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go home.
Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malick and the boys. With no power, Malick wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Okay. Good for you. Get out of the house, fuck off, leave them alone.
Fuck off.
I told him to fuck off too. I told him get the fuck off my property, off my house. Malick suddenly laughed wildly, staring at me in disbelief.
Whoa! Who let the bitch out of her cage?
Oh!
What is this? A reverse harem or something?
He just called me a bitch. He just called me...
Whatever.
Whatever. You know what? Whatever. You can't even fucking shoot me right now. What the fuck are you gonna do then? Fight me. Malick grinned at me evilly, walking close to me. Back the fuck off. What? Run? Duck? I can't. I can't even. I cannot even. Oh god. What am I doing? Where am I? Oh, okay. I'm like right here. Page 5. God. Okay, what? Oh shit. All of a sudden, I felt a hand grip my hair and pull it back, forcing me to cry out and stare up at Malick.
Yo, you keep your hands off my hair.
Yo, my hair be glam and be on point. Why you do this to me? His eyes bored into mine as he cackled in my face. I think that was a timed question. They have timed question. I never noticed the time bar at the bottom.
Hey! Let her go!
What?
Sam! Eric!
God damn it, guys! Guys! Within mere seconds, Sam had punched Malick square in the jaw, forcing him to let my hair go. As I fumbled back, Eric caught me in his arm, gently pulling me away from Malick and back in their group. Ew.
Come on, Sam. You and me. Right here. Let's
Yo,
go.
fight!
Yo, you wanna fight 1v1.
Come on, asswipe!
However, before both could fight, the woman stepped forward and placed a firm grip on Malick's shoulder. Yeah,
That's enough, Malick.
keep your bitch on a leash.
What? Who do you think you're speaking to, woman?
The girl who's going to help you kill them. Just not now.
I just not now. Okay.
Not now.
Yeah, come by tomorrow. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I stared as the girl spoke down at Malick. She looked the same, just like pure evil. However, she seemed to be concerned for Malick, or for me. Oh.
There's 5 of them and 2 of us. Even if we come back with the gang, they can have the place surrounded by human police.
Yeah. I call 911. I have that shit on speed dial.
Then we shoot everyone.
You can't shoot your...
You're so dumb.
You're so dumb. Go home.
Think! If we shoot everyone, we'll be hunted. And it'll be a matter of time before makeshift paladins come and try to exorcise us.
Paladins! The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense the fire would glow from under their teeth. Malick grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
You hear that, guys? Yeah. Fuck you guys up. That's so funny. That's cute.
That's cute. That's
Oh.
cute. That's cute. Then Malick turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
Let's go. You want to do this? Yeah, I'll fight you. I'll fight you outside. Yeah, let's go. Bring it on. Bring it on. Pussy.
Step outside, it's like really sunny. He's like, oh, you know what? It's really hot out. I'm gonna, maybe like later tonight.
Maybe later tonight when it's cool. You know, I'm tired. You know, let's just all go to bed. Let's chill. With that, Malick and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me. Catch me.
Whoa! Are you alright?
I'm tired. I was gonna go to bed. I'm too sober for this, you guys. Could have had champagne shots or some shit like that. Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Good job.
We should have stopped him and finished it here.
Yeah, true.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
Yeah,
No, you gotta drag this shit out.
You're gonna drag this shit out.
Motherfucker couldn't even use a gun. You'd be like, go home. Why did you not kick his ass then?
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malick left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malick, was he a demon? No shit. Nah, he just has like fucking, what was that one disease that makes your skin orange? Like
A tan.
he has a tan. He He's just really
He got
tan.
like a really serious tan.
He's just really tanned. That's it. No, he got scurvy. There, he got scurvies.
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a
Oh,
devil.
he's a devil.
I told you he's a devil.
He's a devil. Okay. A devil, there's a difference?
Yes.
No shit.
Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell.
I was gonna say,
Despite
isn't
us
it
not
hell?
being human, we are very different creatures.
Okay, that's cool.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
That's good to know.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
Oh, we're getting some demonology up in here. Getting so educated. This was also confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. Well, why don't you question those? Like, why are you guys here in the first place? Why are they here in the first place? What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
Cool. What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
That's cool.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
See, I told you, my grandpa be involved in cult and demon magic. No wonder Dad hates him. He'd be tampering with the devil. Shit. This is totally paranormal activity right here. Am I sacrificed as like the firstborn to be like, oh my goodness. Okay.
Like, are you telling me that Grandpa sacrificed us?
Yeah, you telling me Grandpa sacrificed me? Is that it? I couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. Don't pass out, though. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
Good.
Okay, but why are you in my house?
Why are you in my house?
I'll kick his ass right now.
Why did you do it?
Yeah, why didn't you fucking do it?
I would have been down to rumble.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malick comes back, we'll be here for you.
Ah, thank you so much. But what about going outside? Won't he...
Like
He
we
like
said,
beat my
you
ass.
have a protection spell on you. Even if Malick attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on
Oh,
you.
cool.
He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Sweet, I can punch him in the face.
Kick him in the balls.
Kick him in the balls.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
I did. Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malick. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malick did the same? I don't know. Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? No, you shouldn't.
No.
My Asian ass would have been like, peace. Would have been like, peace. Let's just call The Exorcist or some shit. Like an exorcist. They are only staying until after they defeat Malick. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malick. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. Who the fuck is Kay? The question was then, would I want them to leave?
Oh, God.
Whatever, girl. You go ahead, you risk your life. I ain't about that. If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. Yeah. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Run away from my responsibilities.
This girl.
I don't want to grow up.
She don't have her shit together.
Jill, enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Yeah. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
Who the fuck is this now? Who's everyone just invading my house? God.
You're so important to me.
That's great.
I swear I'll give my life to you.
That's good.
Please, let me love you.
I'll be by your side, always.
Oh, this is everybody that's confessing their love to me. See, I'm so popular. I'm so popular.
I can't imagine living without you.
Aw, look at me. I'm like queen.
I want to be with you.
Cool.
I love you.
Thanks. I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? Yeah, why you up so early, girl? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. I know, I totally get you, girl. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? What would you do, Tina?
I don't know. I just want to get this shit over with. I mean,
explore the house, make some coffee, or work on homework.
Ew, who the fuck would work
I
on
know,
homework?
that's stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Explore the fucking house. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go explore the house. I was gonna do that too.
It's a ballin' house.
It is a ballin' house. I said so too. I decided it was a good idea to wander around the house. I never really explored it as much as a child, so there were bound to be new surprises. Let's do this. Well, come on feet, let's go on an adventure. Magical journey. I stood and exited my room, hoping that the boys were still asleep. I began to wander the halls on my end of the house, opening each door to find what room each door led to. What the fuck is this? Quickly, I found an old office. A desk and chair sat by the far side as a large bookshelf of documents and memorabilia donned its nooks and crannies. There were a couple pictures of me growing up peeking from the shelf as I walked further into the room. I don't believe I've been in here before. It's probably grandfather's office. I try to recall memories of ever seeing this room, coming up with nothing as a result. This room was new to me. Did I want to disturb the furniture? Yeah, do it. Disturb it. I'm curious. I gently opened the shelves and any drawers I saw in the room, and a couple of them were books and even sewing kits. I assumed they were used for my grandfather's toys so I left them alone. One drawer, however, was locked no matter how many times I pulled. That's shady as hell. We need to bust that shit open. Girl, come on, open! Nothing. It would not budge. The drawer beside it, though, did revealing a laptop. Ooh. Why is there a laptop in a drawer? What a funny way to place it. I lifted it from the drawer and carried it over to the desk and chair, opening it. It was a high-tech laptop with a retina scanner as a pass lock. Ooh, fancy. I was not sure whether or not to try to unlock it or not.
Yo, it's probably full of porn.
Porn! It's stash of porn!
This is my porn laptop. Don't open it.
Don't try or try it.
Try it.
Let's try it. Let's try doing this. Try it. Try. I decided to try. I turned on the computer and leaned my face near the retina scanner, lining the camera up with my eye. To my surprise, I heard a ping from the computer before the screen opened to the desktop. Hey, we got it open. Huh, look at that. On the desktop were documents and folders labeled with different aspects of the Anderson Company. Taxes, profits, bylaws, products, and the list went on and on. If I really did want to become the CEO of the Anderson Toys Company, I had everything about it at my fingertips. And porn. And porn. It's like that one unnamed folder.
Yeah. Not porn.
Not porn. Dad would sure be impressed. One icon, however, stood out from the rest. Don't say porn.
That's the porn folder, girl. Don't open it.
Some virus and some shit. Some BioWare. Boyago! There. See, it's porn. I don't know.
Is that a porn site?
Oh god. I double-clicked the icon, but no window came up. Instead, I heard a large click from the drawer that was locked. Oh, whoa, it was connected to the drawer that was locked. What the? I slowly left my seat and walked over to the drawer, attempting to open it again. It slid open smoothly in the direction of my pulling hand, revealing 2 books. One was a plain black journal with a tie to keep it closed. The other was bound in leather with cryptic symbols all over the cover. See demon magic right here. He's involved with cult work right here.
It'd be so funny. It was the Playboy magazine.
It's just the cover is just changed because he doesn't want anyone to know. Jeez, God, Grandpa, this is why Dad hates you.
Nasty.
Nasty. I took out the journal and skimmed through it, seeing my grandfather's notes. They were all detailed explanations and opinions on his findings on demon magic. Damn, see? He really did know about magic. No shit. I sat down at the desk and read through the journal further, finding drawings and sketches of symbols and magic circles, each with their own different meanings and effects. It was all fascinating. Fascinating! There was even a page of important spells to know. I read through them, trying to memorize them into my head. Well, it's Sunday Harry Potter. Wingardium Leviosa. I don't know what came over me, but I started to feel more energetic and more powerful simply reading my grandfather's notes. I was suddenly aware of the energy that surrounded my body and the power that was around the house. You're a wizard! The more I read, the more powerful I became. That's some good shit then. That's some good shit. However, my mind suddenly froze and I found myself walking back to the drawer, putting the book back and closing the drawer. The lock reset and I snapped out of it. What made you want to put it back, girl? Huh? What? I shook my head and looked at the drawer, realizing what I had done. I walked over to the desk to reopen the lock, but suddenly I felt the need to stop. Why? Yeah. Something held me back and didn't want me to pry anymore that I already had. Why? I was curious beyond belief, but I obeyed my thoughts for now. Eventually, I would come back and look into it. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag under my covers to try sleeping again. Okay. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes. Back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Oh, okay. Wait, wow, that was a quick nap then. Jesus Christ. Why is time going so slowly? What? I thought it was noon. Jeez. Okay. I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sunday was very boring. Go to church. You need some Jesus Christ in your life. You need the Lord. You need the Lord in your life.
You need to pray that devil away, girl.
You need to pray the devil away.
He be coming up in your house and everything. Grabbing your hair and shit. You gotta pray that shit away.
However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, she didn't pray hard enough. He's there already.
They're fighting? What's happening? Huh? What's going on? I quickly went to the backyard in response to the noise I heard. Yo, you need to lawn and weed your shit, girl. Hi guys! In the yard were all 5 of the boys, practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle of the other 4, surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. Still strong. Hey! Don't disturb them. Hey! Hey! I fucking hate you. No, Tina. I'm not gonna listen to you this time.
Yo, you listened to me when we opened the fucking laptop already.
I would have done the same though, but I don't agree with you on this one. You had your choice for 3 choices already. I'm not gonna disturb them.
You guys!
That's what you would do. Don't disturb them. I just watched. The boys were very much in their own world, focusing on the training they were all in. They all were in. It was better not to disturb them. I checked the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry and I'm sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. What are you gonna make? Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I decided to make... What do you want to make, girl? Pizza, simple chicken and rice, or cold cut sandwiches?
Let's do some chicken up in this bitch.
Let's do some chicken. Chicken up in this bitch. Hold on, I'm running out of save space, which is fucking ridiculous. Let's do this one. It's not important. Yes. Chicken?
Chicken.
Let's do some chicken. Simple chicken and rice. Yeah. Gotta keep the energy and strength up with protein. I took my time to make almost perfect chicken breast alongside some rice. Cooking wasn't hard unless you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. But I placed the food in the dining room. However, none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Guys, you gotta go eat.
If you just went, hey, we gotta make some lunch today, they would have eaten your food. I'm just saying.
They're focused. I didn't want to disturb them. Jesus. Part of me wanted to go to one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. Go to your room and eat it, or find one of the incubi.
Eat it yourself.
Girl, I'm trying to romance these guys. You gotta help me. I feel like I'm not doing a good job at it so far. Like, I'm so like either wishy-washy or just really selfish. I'll be like, I ain't got time for any of y'all this. Okay, we need to do some shit. We need to do some romancing up in here, okay?
Oh my god.
You're
hungry.
But we got to do it, girl, okay? We got to do it. Jesus.
You can't do it if you're hungry.
That's okay. I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. Let's go find one of them. I quickly rushed back and grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. I couldn't find any of them. I could only shrug, though. They knew where the food was, so I went to my room instead and ate alone in my room.
See? You can't find them anyway. I'm just saying.
I'm doing such a horrible job at this. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. I turned on my computer and started to jam to music as I ate my food. As I ate, I began to think about going out. There were so many places to go, things to do. The arcade, stay in my room, the Pink Lady Cafe, grandfather's grave. Let's just stay.
Let's go to his grave.
Let's go to his grave? Why? Where are we going?
Like, yo, grandpa, you're doing some sketchy ass shit, aren't you?
Grandpa, you'd be doing some shady ass shit up in here, and you're just leaving me to clean it all up for you. Should we go to grandfather's grave then?
I was just kidding, but I mean, like...
Where do you want to go? The arcade, stay in my room, the Pink Lady Cafe, or grandfather's grave?
Yo, the arcade sounds fun.
The arcade? But we already went there the other day.
Oh. Let's go to the cafe. But then you already ate.
Yeah, but I already ate, and I'm not hungry.
Fine, let's go to the grave.
Let's go to the grave. Let's just fucking go to the grave. Fuck it. It was Sunday, and I felt the need to see my grandfather. It had been 3 days since he had been buried, and the cemetery was only a short walk away. Wow, you live close to a cemetery. Isn't that bad omen? To have a house near a cemetery?
Well, then she's fucked.
That's bad feng shui, you guys.
That's why she had the devil all up in her house.
Fun fact, that's a bad feng shui for Asian culture. It's bad to have a house near a grave. I decided to see him. Okay. I took my time eating and headed out to the street to walk towards the cemetery. It was a good half-hour walk, but it would be a nice stroll. A flower shop was on the way, so I could pick up flowers for his grave. I still felt the sting of grief run through my bones, but I knew that it would eventually fade over time. I paused my journey to the cemetery and to enter the flower shop, quickly picking a bouquet from the back display case and paying. The bouquet of lilies, please, thank you. With flowers in hand, I made my way to the large steel gates of St. Joseph's Cemetery. I entered and felt the cold shiver of death run through the air against my skin. Would it always be like this? The cemetery was a final resting place. It wasn't just for mourning or sadness. It was supposed to also be a place for remembrance. Hi, Grandpa. I sighed as I walked through the cemetery towards my grandfather's grave. How you doing? Before I could reach it, though, I noticed a figure standing by the slab. Who the fuck?
Oh, yo, girl, book it.
Book it. A ghost. It's a ghost.
Throw that bouquet at his grave and just go.
Just chuck it. Like, ah! Huh? Who's that? I stopped walking and tried to focus my sight to see who was standing at my grandfather's grave before I approached. I didn't want to interrupt my prayer or anything, but even more I wanted to know who exactly was there. My mind barely considered the idea that it was my father, but it couldn't have been him. Wait. Okay, yeah. Familiar brown hair crowned this person's head instead of the black and gray my father had. So who had brown hair? He was vaguely familiar. Who the fuck has brown hair? Sam? Or is it Damien? Andrew? Oh, Andrew! Right! Hi, dude. He was at the party. It was indeed Andrew. He was dressed in casual clothes, but he was giving his respect to my grandfather. I was curious as to why. I quietly stepped closer and approached Andrew and the grave, being careful to not scare Andrew.
Yo, I'd be like, what the fuck you doing here, Andrew?
Hey, yo! Hey, yo. At my footsteps, Andrew turned to see me, and realizing it was me, turned fully to me.
Oh, Miss Anderson. I'm sorry. I'll just...
That was cool. Andrew quickly shook his head and took a step to leave. Thank you. You're fine, Andrew. You're fine. Fucking Christ. Why are you stuttering? I stopped him with my hand and smiled. He was merely paying his respects. There was no need for me to intrude. Andrew stared at me before smiling and nodding, returning to his place in front of the grave. He took a side step to make room for me, so I stepped next to him. I looked at the grave, running my gaze through the engraving in the stone slab before gently laying my bouquet down by it. However, I didn't stand back up. I gently sat down on the grass in front of the grave and stared at it.
Lilies?
Yes, lilies. Problem?
You got a problem with
Yeah,
that,
problem.
Andrew? You wanna fucking go?
You wanna fucking go? You wanna fight everyone? Common flowers for gravestones, yeah? My grandfather didn't have a favorite flower. I heard and felt Andrew gently crouch down and sit beside me. I turned my head to look at him, catching him nodding in acknowledgement to my statement. I turned back to the grave, letting out a small sigh. So can I ask why you came here?
I came to pay my respects. He was someone I really idolized.
Cool. Well, did you know he was into demon magics?
Andrew, do you know about demons?
Do you know about demons? Let me tell you about demons. I turned my head to him again, confused. Idolized?
Mm-hmm. He inspired me to work hard and make people happy. When I interned for his company, he was the first person to greet me at the doors with open arms, even before my father.
Oh, your father's an ass too. Sweet, we have something in common. I almost couldn't believe what I was hearing. However, the look in Andrew's eyes made my heart break. He truly idolized my grandfather like he was his own grandfather.
Your grandfather was an amazing man, but I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. He treated me better than my dad ever could. All my dad cares about is me becoming the CEO. But Harold Anderson? No.
If only you knew about my grandfather. I could practically feel my lips move in sync with Andrew's as he continued to speak, almost hearing my grandfather speak alongside him in the air.
He said, "Don't worry about it so much. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy instead."
Funny, because that's the exact same thing he said to me. He said that to me too. Andrew turned to me in surprise before smiling.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Andrew.
Oh,
He
hey.
cared a lot about
Andrew.
you. There were days that he wouldn't stop talking about you and compared you to me.
'Cause I'm the shit. I felt a blush run across my face. What things did he say?
Well, he told me how cute you were and how you loved to make people happy.
Aww.
He also said you always had the perfect ideas for his toys.
Cool. I felt a smile grow on my face, remembering the small moment when I had helped him design his now most popular toy, the glowing heart bear. I didn't realize how proud of me he was because I was so small, but now that I was older, I was able to understand.
Yo, she needs some cut from that profit, though.
I know, she does. Like, dude, he always had, well, she did get the mansion, I guess, when he died. He always had me help him, even when I didn't feel like I could. He was the greatest person ever in my life. He treated me better than my dad. That's what he said, yeah.
How does your dad treat
Like
you?
shit.
Like shit.
Yeah, like shit. He's pretty harsh to me. He wants me to be the CEO of the company as well, since it's technically a
Man,
family
you're
business.
a fucking rich ass, spoiled ass bitches.
Why you be complaining for?
He's strict, like my dad. Well, if it ever came to a time where the board had to decide a CEO, I'd gladly give it up for you.
Thanks.
Dude, like, this is like rich kid problems.
Rich kid problems.
Man, like, my dad wants me to be CEO of a company. Like, I don't even want to do
I don't
it.
want to do it. Like, I want to just...
Like, yo, give it to me then.
Yeah, give it to me. I couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. Didn't he want the position? Why, don't you want to be CEO? To my surprise, Andrew shook his head with a goofy smile.
I don't. My dad wants me to take over the Anderson company, but I really am not sure if I want to or not. Sure, making toys is great and helping people is something I want to do, but I don't know if I want to head the company.
You're not sure what you want to do, just like me. We're soulmates.
You don't want to be a CEO either?
No. I shook my head. Andrew let out a small laugh.
Man, we must be the worst kids on the planet.
Yeah.
Our dads want us to take over a company, but we don't even want to. Imagine what would happen if they actually liked each other.
I don't know. I couldn't help but laugh with him. We were in the same boat, yet we were on the opposing sides. It was like Romeo versus Juliet. Two families competing for one goal, but the competitors didn't want to even try to reach that goal.
What?
That sounds fucking lame. Jesus.
I can be your side hoe.
I can be your side hoe. That's so funny. Andrew gently stopped laughing and looked and smiled at me.
Your grandfather was right about one thing, though. You are really cute.
I know.
I know.
What can I do about it, right?
I'm so glad you're not. Like, see, people notice. I know, right? The blush that had faded from my face suddenly returned at his words. I looked away from him, making him laugh again.
Sorry, it's true. Cross my heart.
Okay, thanks. He was flattering me. I had to admit he was cute too, but I had only known him for a short while. It wasn't realistic to like him more than that. Yes. You know, he hasn't even taken it out to dinner.
He could be a serial killer probably.
Yeah.
He could be trying to seduce you and then try to choke you at night.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's always the good looking one. Always the good looking guys. Never trust.
Andrew.
Don't trust nobody in this game. Andrew cleared his throat and sat up straight, rubbing the back of his neck.
I'll let you have some time with your grandfather.
Okay.
I don't have anywhere to be, so I'll wait by the gates and give you a ride home when you're done.
Oh, what you trying to do? You trying to drug me and then you trying to take me home? Trying to do some shit with... No, you go home first.
Oh my god.
I don't trust this, Andrew.
You can go home. I'll be okay.
You go home, Andrew.
Go home, Andrew. We're horrible people. We're not trusting at all. We're just like, no, fuck him. No. Okay, I'm running out of safe space because I keep saving for like ridiculous things. Oh, I should save it on this one. I'm gonna lose track of it, so if I lose track, then like, you can go home. I'll be okay. Andrew nodded and bid me farewell before leaving the cemetery past the gates. I sighed and looked to the grave. Grandpa, these hoes be thirsty.
Thirsty ass bitches.
I don't know what to do, Grandpa. Well, you gonna put me in this position? I bet you're laughing at me. Yeah, laughing. Because you know I'm gonna get 8 on all this thirst. Leave me to die.
Oh, man.
Leave me to fucking drown. I practically glared at the grave, but after a brief second, I smiled. He's a sweet guy, and he's a big fan of yours. Who wouldn't be? You cared for everyone no matter who they were. I gently ran a finger over one of the lilies in the bouquet. It was soft to touch, but my mind was filled with Andrew for some reason. No, girl. Was this grandfather's plan? Did he hope for me to meet Andrew as the kindred spirit? I wouldn't be surprised. I chuckled softly before standing. I'll be fine, Grandpa. Andrew's a good guy, but who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Exactly.
Who knows? He gonna stab me in the back. I shrugged before letting out a sigh, and turning back to the cemetery gate, I took a glance back to the grave before walking out and heading home. I went to my room and remained there until dinner. The remainder of the night passed surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. They know how to cook. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still I felt lonely. God, I suck at romancing, guys. I couldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed that night. I felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. Yes! Finally, peaceful night's sleep. I felt good. Good. I drifted to sleep and woke up almost flawlessly that next morning. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. No grogginess, no aches, perfectly energized and bright-eyed. Man, how long has it been since I got that much good sleep? A long time. I looked at my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. Damn. Well, hey, I must be lucky today. Karma owed me some luck. After all I had gone through in merely a handful of days, I deserved to get some good luck. Ecstatic for the day ahead, I turned off my alarm before they could ring and got dressed. However, my phone started to quickly buzz from an incoming text. Huh? Who's texting me this early?
Yo, Anderson! You're carpooling with us from now on. We're not letting you waste your money on a bus. Get ready and be at your gate at 7 stat.
Cool. I got my crew. I smiled. My friends were the best. I couldn't drive yet, and I didn't have a car. So it was awesome that my friends would let me carpool. Man, girl, I thought you were rich. I thought you were ballin'.
Right?
I checked the time, 6:30. Perfect. I can eat some breakfast before they come. Cool. I packed my bag and carried it downstairs into the kitchen. I quickly made myself coffee and toast, not having time for anything big. I let out a big sigh in happiness as I sipped my coffee. I felt great, and I felt like nothing could stop me today. Come on, come at me, day. I'm ready for you. I looked at the time again. Time to go. Cool. I quickly rushed to the doors, checking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. And right on cue, now we drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed out the door and we headed to school, talking about the homework and the coming day. What's school? We made it to school without a hitch. Our lockers were in the same part of the hall, so we quickly unloaded what we needed to and got our important books and necessities. First incident of the day. As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the hall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. Bitch! Whoa, ow! Who the fuck?
Hey, are you okay?
I'm cool.
Who did that?
Yeah, Oh my god, it's the bitch of the school. The three of us looked back to see Lisette and her gaggle of girls. Lisette had a look of complete innocence, while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow. Bitch, you wanna fight me?
You wanna fucking go?
You wanna go?
Suzu, don't!
No, Suzu, go get him. I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lisette. Today was not the only time this had happened to me. However, it was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was now obvious that Lisette was the mastermind behind, just from the look on her face. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something.
Rip that look off your face, girl.
Get her!
Get her! Get her!
Get her! You wanna fight me? I'll fight you. Get her! I have had enough!
Yeah!
Woo! Woo! I felt adrenaline rush through my body as I pounced off the ground and rushed at Lisette. I was not going to be the only one with scraps this time.
Oh, hell yeah!
With scrapes this time. I tackled Lisette to the ground, swiping and slapping her innocent face.
Yeah!
She screamed in fright before trying to push me off and block my attacks. Bitch!
Bitch can't
Holy
even
shit!
fight.
Anderson!
What the fuck?
Stop
No!
it!
No!
I wasn't listening anymore. I let my carnal need to get revenge take over as I began to pull at Lisette's hair to get a better aim at her face with my
Oh, girl!
Oh, get it! I'd had enough of the bullying, the wounds, the insults, all that was going to burn in the past as I scraped my nails and hand across Lisette's face.
Yes!
Over. My rebellion would be marked on her pretty face for all to see.
Yes!
Yes! Lisette pushed me off and scrambled to her feet, both panicked and angry at the same time. Her emotion was nowhere close to the anger I was feeling.
Are you crazy? What the hell?
You're damn thug,
Stop messing
girl.
with me,
Don't
bitch.
mess with the thug. I stood up very slowly, glaring daggers into Lisette's soul through her eyes. I must have had some sort of monster behind me, or maybe I looked like the monster itself, but the gaggle of girls, Lisette, and even my friends had a look of pure terror on their faces.
I don't fucking care.
I have had enough of you, Lisette. You obviously won't stop unless I fight back. Well, guess what? You're gonna get it. Woo! I charged at Lisette a second time, shoving her hard against the lockers. She let out a yelp of pain as she smacked the back of her head against the metal behind her before glaring and shoving me back. As I stumbled back, Lisette raised her hands ready to fight.
This bitch wanna go!
She wanna go! Oh, she wanna go! Let me take out my ring and everything! Oh, let's go, bitch! Let's go, let's do this!
Then come on, Anderson. Show me what you've got. I bet it's
I know
not
Taekwondo,
much.
bitch! Wanna go? I felt myself snarl in anger before raising my own fist, remembering my Taekwondo. I quickly snapped onto one leg and raised a leg to get a swift kick at her head, but she blocked with her arm and stepped towards me to jab at me. Oh, bitch, wanna go? Oh,
alright.
She had training, no surprising, I didn't care at that moment. I bent back away from the incoming jabs, re-establishing my balance as I placed both feet on the floor. Lisette threw jab upon jab at me, forcing me to block my torso and face with my arms and hands. Hit for hit, Lisa and I exchanged and defended blows at each other. It was indeed more than just a cat fight. This was a vengeful duel.
Damn!
Shit is getting real. In my mind, all I saw was Lisette. All I wanted was to make her stop, and if that meant beating her down, then it had to be done. We eventually gained a small crowd of people, all silent but observing the fight. My anger intensified and my hits became harder with each second that passed between us. I'm surprised it's quiet. Everyone would be like, fight, 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 fight. I couldn't let her win, I wouldn't let her win. None of Lisette's girls dared to step in, apparently afraid to after seeing our skills in our individual fighting styles. It's MMA, the UFC up in here. UFC right here. Suzu was held back by Naomi's arm despite both of them wanting to help me. They didn't wait long for it to end though. Suddenly Lisette was pulled away from me and I was pushed against the lockers by a strong force. Lisette hit the lockers as well on the opposite end of the hallway, letting out a girly grunt of pain. Oh shit. I looked up to see my art teacher, Miss Gordon, holding me against the lockers with a look of surprise and serious concern on her face.
Miss Anderson, what are you
doing? I'm beating a bitch up. Can you tell? Can't you tell? I looked to see Lisette being held back by Mrs. Phillips, starting to cry innocently.
Are you kidding me right now? Look at all these witnesses, alright?
I knew what was going to come out of her mouth, so I tried to push Miss Gordon off to confront her. Miss Gordon, however, kept an arm wrapped around me, keeping me back. No! Don't you dare start crying, Lisette! You started this!
Yeah!
Miss Anderson, get a hold of your
shut up! You don't know shit!
You don't know shit!
Get the fuck out of my face!
What is wrong with you? What did I ever do to you? Yeah, what did I ever do to you? I couldn't stop the angry tears running down my face as I shouted across the hallway. Lisette and Mrs. Phillips stared in shock at my screams as Miss Gordon tightened her hold on me. I am so sick of it. Leave me alone! Eventually, I lost my energy and began to weigh down on Miss Gordon's arms, letting my sadness take over and quench my anger with tears and swelling pain. I could feel Miss Gordon hug me to her to keep me upright as Lisette sniffled and confided with Miss Phillips. Wow.
This bitch. Oh, can you fucking believe this bitch?
Can you believe this? She can't even own up to her, like, wow, her shit. Wow.
I didn't do anything to her. She just attacked me all of a sudden.
Okay.
That's a lie, Lisette. You tripped her on purpose.
Yeah, Susie got
You've always been a snobby prick to us. Never! I gave my condolences about her grandfather's death. I try to keep everyone calm. Is that so?
Bitch, you
oh my god, I'm so mad right now. Hold me back. Hold me back.
Yo, she only gave her condolences. She didn't even know our grandfather was dead before we mentioned it.
You didn't even sound sincere. We know you were only pretending to be nice to spite us.
Enough. Miss White, follow me to the dean's office.
Yeah. Lisette followed, wiping her eyes in the feigned innocence she knew how to play up. I remained still in Mrs. Gordon's arm, unable to bring myself to fight to get at Lisette again. I had done my damage. The gag of Lisette wannabes would make sure I became infamous around the school. I didn't care. I made my statement on Lisette's face and body, and I wasn't afraid to do it again.
Yeah, girl! Get
it, girl! You go, girl. Miss Gordon, however, wasn't done with me.
Come with me, sweetie.
Why? I nodded and followed. My friends frowned as they watched me leave, but they headed to class without me. Miss Gordon led me to an empty classroom which she had claimed as hers. It looked like all the other classrooms, but art posters lined the wall. I see none. Many students loved the room but hated one thing, the mirror in the very back of the room. Why? It was the one thing Miss Gordon loved to use against her students. With it, she was able to see who was using their phones and who was actually studying.
Oh.
Smart. Miss Gordon led me to the back of the room and sat me down in front of it.
What do you see?
Oh man, I'm flawless.
Yeah, I'm flawless ass bitch.
I'm flawless as fuck.
That's what I see.
I see a flawless young lady. Oh, you're there too. Huh?
Tell me what you see.
I see a flawless bitch is what I see. I looked in the mirror and saw myself. My clothes were a little ruffled from the fight, but beyond that, I just saw me. Nothing about me seemed different than normal. I see myself.
All right. What
I'm
else?
flawless.
I'm flawless.
What else? I don't understand.
I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Do you know what I see?
A beautiful young lady, I know.
I see a brilliant woman who has been working her butt off to try and find herself. She just has a little bit of adversity in her way.
Sure?
Are you sure about that?
Just a little? How about Hella? What does this have to do with what happened with Lisette?
Listen, don't think about Lisette right now. She's just another student who doesn't know what you're going through.
Because she's a dumbass bitch. She's been trying to block my way every fucking day.
Seriously. I stared at myself in the mirror, unable to tear my eyes away. She was right, but I still lingered on what happened with Lisette. I know Miss Gordon was only trying to help, but I couldn't fight the thoughts in my head. Miss Gordon gently rubbed my shoulders, snapping me from my thoughts. I looked up to see her smile down at me through the mirror.
You know, those were some pretty interesting
moves.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Taekwondo.
Yeah, you know
Black belt, motherfucker. Yeah. Ain't no bitch gonna mess with me. Yeah.
You'll have to show me.
I will. I will. I laughed as she hugged me gently.
Look, don't let Lisette get to you, okay? You have your own battles to face, and you can face them just fine. Instead of fighting Lisette, focus on your goals.
Now, first, before I focus on my goals, I need to mess her fucking face up.
I need to mess her face up first. That was one of my goals. That is one of my goals, to mess her face up, okay? I looked up at her and nodded slightly. It was cliche to hear, but she was telling the truth. I needed to focus on myself first. She gave me a small packet of tissues and told me that she would handle Lisette. The fear about my family learning of this that had quickly appeared had vanished when she promised to keep me out of it as much as she could. Yo, she cool. She chill. She chill teacher.
Everything will be fine now. You're a good student, so I'll let you off with a severe warning. Okay. Just don't get into any more fights,
Yo, it's my first fight. You proud of me?
Now, head to class.
Yo, it's my only first fight. It's not like I do this every day. I nodded before heading to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. What? A text from... Oh, shit. Did he find out?
A text from who?
Dad. Oh, shit.
Dad, you don't know shit.
Okay, cool. He didn't find out. I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you're ready to go when I get there. Okay. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
I gotta go with my dad. Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Yeah, haha, right. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up?
Yo, it's the motherfucking devil, isn't it?
Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. Oh, we're gonna find out. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited.
She fucked.
She fucked. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Rise of the Phoenix. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Dad's never late, especially not this late.
See, it's the motherfucking devil. I'm telling you.
Oh my god. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection error message. What the? No signal error? No signal error. How do I not have signal? I double checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. He must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling their hands on me. I needed to stop.
Hey! Don't dirty up Malick's prey.
What the fuck, girl? The voice, which sent a fearful shiver down my spine, whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Fuck me. Can I just beat you up? I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed off and I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. No shit, girl. You just got taken. You just got motherfucking taken. You better hope Liam Neeson finds you. Okay, I think we're gonna end this episode here with this cliffhanger. Hey, oh shit, what the hell is gonna happen to us next time? We're gonna do this next episode. I can't guarantee if Tina's gonna be there or not, but anyways, that is all for this episode. I feel like we got shit done. Shit happened. So we're gonna end it right here. So I will see you next episode then. Bye.
Bye.